we should really cherish it. I tell you something. There was in my hospital, there was father, and he came to all these patients and gave the last sacrament. And I'm from Bavaria, and in Bavaria we still have large families. The rest of Germany is a little bit worse, but some families, especially in the countryside, because I'm in the countryside, my hospital is a little bit away from Munich. In the countryside, you have a lot of large families. So the priest was there, and he was about to give the last sacrament. I was coming in because I wanted to look after the patient. So the two of us were there, and we did the last sacrament. We were praying together. I was looking a little bit at the patient, and the patient was after that. After the sacraments, he was almost already away. And then this priest is a very strong Bavarian guy. He said, all of a sudden he said, "Now, my dear lady." So I said, "Oh, you have to be a little bit quiet." "Now, my dear lady," the priest said, "you have an important task still before you die." And so this lady woke up again, and I thought, what is he doing here? And he said, "Look, my dear lady, here are your children. Here are your grandchildren. Here is your brother. Now, your task is to teach them how to die." Then this lady was awake again. We all left, and she was dying 15 minutes later. And I think that's exactly what we have to teach the people. The dying phase is something that belongs to our life, and we have to be in it. We should not cut it out of our life. Let's be in it. Let's stay with the dying people. Let's get lectures, lessons from the dying people, and then you live much. You live very free, because it's, well, all of us, we are going to die, and so if we are prepared, if we look, if we see it openly, if we go into it without that fear, without that idea that we have to we have to manipulate it, we need euthanasia, then we live much freer, and then we have respect for the life from the beginning to the very end.
About this euthanasia, I want to say, because God is giving us signs that it is really wrong, because we see recent days, it was they remain, and there is a starving, there is a torturing of some patients. They are removing food, water, and they are dying in this way because they want to remove them. And I'm thinking about society, because the places for sick and old are called to be universities of mercy. And if we remove the universities of mercies from our society, what will remain?
I fully agree. You know, you learn so much about looking after each other, solidarity, respecting the weakness of a person, to have respect for a person that has not the intellectual kind of things that we are used from a person. You learn so much when you see people in their dying phase, that if you would not have that experience, it would be very cold in our society. And I tell you, it's very cold, because people want to die at the age of 75, completely healthy. There is a very cameraman actually, and a playboy. His name is Gunther Sachs, and he actually asked for euthanasia, and he was killed at the age of 75. And he left a letter. The poor man, he left a letter. He was completely healthy, and he said, "I am afraid that I'm losing my mind, that I develop dementia. And therefore I'm so afraid. I can't accept the gift of life anymore. He was rich, everybody loved him, he was a cameraman, he had a lot of fun. And he was so afraid of the future of dementia. And some people said, look, we were used to your dementia already now. They said, you should not have worried about dementia. We have been used to be a little bit crazy already. So imagine what's happening, how cold the society can be, that people stop having trust in the future, having trust in eternal life, having trust in God. We'll do it. I mean, we all don't know how we are going to die, but we can trust it's going to be regulated. We don't have to organize it. We do not have a right to die. We do not. This is a completely misconception.
And my dear friends, we have seen in the tribe of Judah from where we got into this series on pro-life, and we see even in the Bible we see that Judah, though the children, the twins were by mistake, he did not do anything to kill the child. And we see from that tribe Jesus was born. And therefore we see, if you are a pro-life person, if you can promise God that you would preserve life at all times, then the reward you get is God himself. Otherwise we would not have had Jesus in the history. And that is a wonderful gift. Even God rewards us if we are pro-life here itself. And he wants us to assure that we would preserve life at all times. And for me personally, this pro-life series was a challenge to improve my own knowledge and to educate myself on this. And therefore, this is not only for you, even you be informed and help your own friends in your own friend circle to create awareness on this value of life. And for this I just thank also Dr. Christopher and Father Joseph, because they are already in this field, they have rich experience. But like me, you also should be informed, and we also become part of this movement in our own possible means. So that would be a wonderful initiative that we can start from this series on pro-life. So wish you all a wonderful time to protect life and to speak the values of life. Glory to Jesus, Ave Maria.